If you want to store someone's age, weight, height, or the first letter of their name, how would you store these in a computer? By the end of this lesson, you will understand and know how to correctly use Java's 8 primitive data types. Primitive types are the most basic data types in Java. They are stored directly in memory, unlike objects. Java has 8 primitive types, categorized into 3 groups. First, integer types are used to store whole numbers, numbers without decimal points. There are 4 types: byte, short, int, and long. Each type uses a different amount of memory and can hold numbers within a specific range. Byte is the smallest, using only 8 bits. It can store values from -128 to 127, making it useful for saving memory when you're sure the numbers won't be too large. Short uses 16 bits and can hold values from -32,768 to 32,767. It's a bit larger than byte, but still smaller than the standard type, int. Int is the most commonly used integer type. It uses 32 bits and can handle a wide range of values, from about -2 billion to +2 billion. Finally, long is the largest, using 64 bits. It's used when the number you're dealing with might be extremely large, such as timestamps or file sizes. By choosing the right integer type, you can balance memory usage and performance in your program. Next, floating point types are used to store numbers with decimal points, like 3.14 or -0.1. There are 2 types, float and double. Float is a 32-bit type that offers about 7 digits of precision. It's good for saving memory when you don't need very high accuracy. However, since it's less precise, small errors may appear in calculations. Double, on the other hand, is a 64-bit type and gives you about 15 digits of precision. That's why it's the default choice in Java for decimal numbers, and it's more reliable for scientific or financial calculations. One important thing to remember: when you assign a decimal value to a float, you need to add the letter f at the end, like 3.14f. Otherwise, Java will treat it as a double by default. In short, use float when memory is limited and perfect accuracy isn't critical. Use double when you need more precision in your calculations. Finally, there are 2 more primitive types that don't represent numbers. They are boolean and char. The boolean type is used for logical values, true or false. That's it, just 2 possible values. It's perfect for conditions and decisions in your code, like checking whether a user is logged in, or if a number is greater than 0. The char type is used to store a single character. It uses 16 bits and can hold any Unicode character, not just letters and numbers, but also symbols and even characters from different languages. You define a char using single quotes, like a or %. Together, these types help you handle logic and text, small but powerful tools that are essential in almost every Java program. Let's say you want to create a program that stores information about a person, like their age, weight, height, or even the first letter of their name. First, open Visual Studio Code, create a new file, and save it as DataType.java. Inside this file, we'll create a class named DataType and a main method to test different primitive data types. First, we declare an int called age and assign it the value 25. Since age is always a whole number, int is a perfect choice. Next, we declare a long called population and assign it the value 8 billion. Since this number is too large for an int, long is the perfect choice. Next, we have a float called height with the value 1.75. Notice the f at the end. This tells Java that it's a float, not a double. Then we declare a double named weight and set it to 70.5. We use double here because it offers more precision, which is helpful for measurements like weight. After that, we create a char called grade and assign it the letter Characters are always written in single quotes. Finally, we have a boolean called passed, and it's set to true. This type is used for yes or no, true or false values. After declaring the variables, we print all their values using system.out.println. This is how we check if our program works correctly. Run the program by clicking the Run button. You'll see the output printed in the terminal window at the bottom of your screen. That's a quick overview of Java's primitive data types. Understanding these basics will help you write clear and efficient code. Keep practicing, and you'll master Java in no time. Hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the description below for links, documentation, and source code.